At our engagement party, she joked I'm marrying him for the money, obviously. Everyone laughed. I laughed too and replied, "Good thing we signed a prenup this morning, right?" The color drained from her face as her parents looked at her, stunned. I, 31 male, thought I was living in a romantic comedy. Turns out it was more like a heist movie where I almost played the mark. Saturday was supposed to be our engagement party. Cassidy, 28, and I had been together for 2 years, engaged for 3 months. I own a software development company that I built from nothing. Not gonna lie, I do pretty well. About $400,000 a year after taxes. Cassidy works as an influencer and part-time yoga instructor, makes maybe $30,000 on a good year. The engagement party was at her parents' country club. Fancy stuff. About 150 guests. Her dad, Reggie, is old money. Her mom, Diane, acts like she's royalty. They've always been weird about my background. I grew up poor, put myself through state college, built my business working 80-hour weeks. But they loved that their daughter landed someone successful. During speeches, Cassidy had a few champagnes, maybe more than a few. Her cousin asked how she knew I was the one. Cassidy laughed, that tinkling laugh she does. Well, I looked at my bank account, then looked at his, and thought, I could get used to this. People chuckled uncomfortably. Her dad shifted in his seat. Her cousin pressed on. But seriously, you love him, right? Of course, I love everything about him. His house, his Tesla, his investment portfolio. More laughter, but nervous now. I'm kidding. But seriously, after dating all those broke artists and musicians, finding someone with actual money was like, finally, I'm marrying him for the money, obviously. She was drunk, but there was truth in wine. Everyone laughed because what else do you do? I laughed too. Raised my glass. Good thing we signed that prenup this morning, right, babe? Record scratch moment. Cassidy's face went from flushed pink to sheet white. What? The prenup? The one your dad's lawyer recommended. I looked at Reggie innocently. You did recommend we get a prenup, right, Reggie? Reggie looked confused. What prenup? Oh, the one I had drawn up. Cassidy signed it this morning. Standard stuff. What's mine before marriage stays mine, what's hers stays hers. You know. Cassidy stood up so fast she knocked over her champagne. We need to talk, now. After the party, sweetheart. Now. She stormed off. I followed, but not before winking at my best friend Dale, who was recording everything on his phone. In the hallway, Cassidy lost it. What prenup? I didn't sign anything. Really? This morning? The papers you signed at breakfast? Those were wedding venue contracts. No, those were definitely prenup documents. You signed 3 copies, even had them notarized with Janet from my office. You tricked me? You just announced to everyone you're marrying me for money. It was a joke. Was it though? She started ugly crying, mascara everywhere. I can't believe you'd do this. I can't believe you'd announce to 150 people that you're a gold digger. I'm not a gold digger. Then the prenup shouldn't matter. She slapped me. Hard. We're done. The wedding's off. Okay? She blinked. Okay? That's it? Yeah. You want out because of a prenup? That tells me everything. She screamed and stormed back to the party. I heard her telling everyone I'd deceived her and trapped her. Her parents looked mortified, not angry at me, mortified at her reaction. Here's the kicker. There was no prenup. Those papers she signed, literally venue contracts. But her reaction told me everything I needed to know. Update 1. It's been 3 days since the party. My phone won't stop. Here's the current situation. Cassidy moved back to her parents' house immediately, took everything she could fit in her Range Rover that I bought her BW. Left a lovely note calling me a manipulative psychopath. Her mom, Diane, called Sunday morning. Not to apologize for her daughter's gold digger announcement. No, to demand I fix this. You humiliated our family. Your daughter announced she was marrying me for money. She was joking. You're the one who lied about legal documents. I never said she signed a prenup. I asked if it was good we signed one. She assumed and panicked. You tricked her into revealing her true character? Yeah, I guess I did. She hung up. Reggie called an hour later. Different energy entirely. Son, I need to know, is there actually a prenup? No, long pause. But she thinks there is, apparently. And she broke up with you because of it? Within 60 seconds of thinking she'd signed one. He sighed. I'm sorry, I suspected. The way she talked about your money, but I hoped I was wrong. Yeah, well, for what it's worth, I think you dodged a bullet. Thanks, Reggie. But Cassidy wasn't done. Oh no. She went full nuclear on social media. Posted this long rant about narcissistic abuse and financial manipulation and how I preyed on her trust. Conveniently left out the part where she announced she was marrying me for money. Her friends piled on. My DMs were full of, "You're disgusting. How dare you manipulate her? She loved you, and you played games." Then Dale posted the video. The whole thing. Her money comments. Her marrying him for the money, obviously. Everyone's uncomfortable laughter. My prenup comment. Her meltdown. The narrative flipped instantly. Comments went from attacking me to, did she really just admit to being a gold digger? The way she panicked about a prenup says everything. He's smart for testing her. Cassidy tried damage control. Posted that the video was edited and taken out of context. Dale posted the full, unedited version. An hour and 43 minutes, including her whole drunken speech about how exhausting it was dating men without money. But the best part? My business lawyer reached out. "Hey, just saw the viral video. Quick question. That Range Rover you bought her? Is it in your name or hers?" "Mine. Insurance too. Want it back? Can I do that?" "You're not married. No prenup needed for gifts you haven't legally transferred. It's still your property if the title's in your name." Interesting. Update 2. Yesterday I had the Range Rover repossessed. Legal? Absolutely. It was in my name. I paid for it. Insurance was under my policy. Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Absolutely. Cassidy called me from her friend Piper's phone. I'd blocked her number. "You stole my car." "My car. Check the title." "I'll sue you." "For what? Taking back my own property? It was a gift." "Prove it. Show me where I transferred ownership." "You're a monster." "I'm a monster who still owns a Range Rover." She hung up. 20 minutes later, Diane called. "Return the car immediately." "No. We'll call the police." "Please do. I have all the paperwork showing it's mine." "You gave it to her." "I let her use it. Big difference." "What do you want? Money? An apology?" "I want nothing. I'm done." She made a mistake. She revealed who she really is. And so did you, by focusing on the car and not your daughter announcing she's a gold digger. But then things got interesting. Cassidy's friend Piper reached out privately. "Hey, you probably don't want to hear from any of us, but you should know something. Cassidy's been bragging for months about how she was going to secure the bag with you. She had a whole plan. Marry you, quit working, have a kid quickly to lock it down. She literally has a Pinterest board called Trophy Wife Life with pictures of your house." I asked Piper to send screenshots. She did. Holy hell. The Pinterest board was extensive. Pictures of my house with captions like future home base, screenshots of my company's valuation, links to articles about how to get pregnant fast after marriage, posts about maintaining attraction until the ring is secured. But the most damaging? A group chat with her friends where she detailed her 5-year plan. Year 1, marriage, get pregnant. Year 2, quit working, focus on baby. Year 3, second baby for security. Year 4, start spending more, normalize high expenses. Year 5, if divorce, get maximum support with 2 kids. One message stood out. "The prenup thing is my only worry. Have to make sure we don't sign anything before the wedding. We'll pretend I'm too emotional stressed to deal with legal stuff." I forwarded everything to Reggie with one message. "Thought you should see this." His response, "Jesus Christ." Update 3. Reggie called me this morning. Different man entirely. Cold. Businesslike. "I've seen everything. The Pinterest board, the group chat, the plan." "Yeah, I'm cutting her off." "That seems harsh." "No, you don't understand. I built my wealth to give my children opportunities, not to enable this. She's 28 years old, living off my money, planning to con a good man. You saved me from funding a worse version of her." Reggie, "I've already called my lawyer. She has 30 days to find a job in her own place. The credit cards are canceled. The allowance is done." "What about Diane?" "Diane agrees. We're both disgusted." An hour later, Cassidy called from another unknown number, hysterical. "What did you tell my dad?" "The truth. He cut me off. The cards don't work." Sounds like a personal problem. "This is your fault." "No, this is your fault. You made the plan. You wrote it down. You shared it with friends. Those were private conversations that Piper shared with me. Maybe choose better friends." "I'm going to be homeless. You're 28 with a college degree. Get a job." "I hate you." Good, makes this easier. But she wasn't done. That afternoon, she showed up at my office. Security called me down. She looked rough. Mascara-stained face, hair a mess, wearing sweats. The influencer facade was gone. Please, she begged. I'm sorry, I didn't mean any of it. I love you. No, you don't. I do. The money stuff was just jokes. Stupid jokes. The 5-year plan was a joke. The Pinterest board was a joke. Her face fell. How did you, Piper, your best friend, sent me everything? She went from sad to rage in seconds. That bitch. See, this is the real you. The mask keeps slipping. I'll change. Into what? A different person? Because that's what it would take. You're throwing away 2 years. I'm avoiding a lifetime of manipulation. Security stepped forward. Ma'am, you need to leave. I'm not leaving without my ring. Oh right, the engagement ring, a $45,000 cushion-cut diamond. The ring you're wearing? It's mine. Actually, legally, it's a conditional gift. The condition was marriage. No marriage, no ring. You can keep it until the wedding date passes, then I'll expect it back. You can't do this. Watch me. Security escorted her out. She keyed my Tesla in the parking lot. Cameras caught everything. Filed a police report and insurance claim. Update 4. It's been 2 weeks since the engagement party. The wedding was supposed to be in 3 months. Deposits are lost, but honestly, small price for freedom. Cassidy's world has completely imploded. According to mutual friends, her parents gave her 30 days to get out. She's now 14 days in, no job, no prospects. She tried to move in with Piper. Piper blocked her after Cassidy found out about the screenshots. Her other friends are busy. Whenever she needs a place to crash, she's been applying for jobs but has 0 actual work experience beyond influencer. Her Instagram engagement tanked after the video went viral. Lost brand deals. She's sleeping on her cousin's couch, but here's where it gets really good. Remember the Range Rover? Well, turns out she'd been telling everyone it was a push present for agreeing to have kids after marriage. Posted about it constantly. My future baby daddy treating me right, blessed, Range Rover mommy. So when I repossessed it, people started asking questions. Where's the car? Why is she taking Ubers? The truth came out, she never owned it. I let her use my car. The image crumbled. Then Diane reached out, not to apologize, but with intel. You should know Cassidy is planning something. What now? She's been talking to a lawyer about suing you for breach of promise. Claims you verbally promised to marry her and she suffered damages when you withdrew. That's not how that works. I know, but she's desperate. Also, she's been contacting your ex-girlfriends. What? Looking for dirt. Trying to find anyone who'll say you were abusive or manipulative. She wants to destroy you. Why are you telling me this? Because you're a good man who almost became my son-in-law. And because my daughter has become someone I don't recognize. Or maybe I'm finally seeing who she always was. The ex-girlfriend thing was real. My ex Riley texted me. Hey, just FYI, your ex-fiancé messaged me asking if you were ever abusive. I told her you were the best boyfriend I ever had, and she was an idiot for losing you. She blocked me, lol. My other ex, Zoe, sent similar. Cassidy contacted me fishing for dirt. I told her to get therapy. Should I be concerned? Then came the lawyer letter. Some ambulance chaser demanding $200,000 for emotional damages, loss of lifestyle, breach of verbal contract, defamation. My lawyer laughed. Actually laughed. Sent back. She admitted on video to marrying for money. No verbal contract exists. Truth is an absolute defense against defamation. Counter notice for the keyed Tesla, $8,000 in damages. Haven't heard back. Final update. Been half a year since the engagement party disaster. Figured I'd give one last update since people keep asking. The wedding date came and went. I spent what would have been my wedding day in Cabo with Dale and some buddies. Got drunk on the beach, watched the sunset, thanked the universe for the narrow escape. The engagement ring? She tried to keep it. Claimed it was a gift. I had my lawyer send a formal demand. She ignored it. I filed a civil suit. The judge took one look at the evidence, including her own admission she was marrying for money, and ordered her to return it immediately. She had to pay my legal fees too. Sold the ring for $38,000. Donated half to a financial literacy program for young women. Felt poetic. Where's Cassidy now? Last I heard, working at a department store selling makeup, living with 3 roommates in a sketchy apartment. Dating some crypto bro who talks big but drives a 2008 Honda. Posts inspirational quotes about surviving narcissistic abuse. Lost 90% of her Instagram followers. Her parents still have her on timeout. Reggie reached out last month, invited me for golf. Weird, but I went. I owe you an apology, he said on the 9th hole. We enabled her, gave her everything, never made her work for anything, created a monster. It's not entirely your fault. It is though. We knew she was materialistic, shallow. We just hoped marriage would mature her. That's not how it works. I know that now. By the way, I'm starting a foundation for financial literacy. Want to ensure other kids don't turn out like her. Would you consider being on the board? I said yes. It's actually been rewarding. We've helped dozens of young adults learn actual money management. The irony? Cassidy applied for a grant from the foundation. She didn't know I was on the board. Her application talked about overcoming financial abuse and rebuilding after betrayal. We denied it. Not because of me, because she literally admitted in the application that she'd never had a job before age 28 and blamed others for her situation. As for me, started dating someone new. Heather's a pediatric surgeon, makes twice what I do. When I told her about the prenup test, she laughed and said, I would have signed a real one. I protect my assets too. We've been together 4 months. She insists on splitting everything 50-50. It's refreshing as hell. Oh, and the best epilogue? Cassidy's crypto bro boyfriend? He convinced her to invest her makeup counter savings into his revolutionary coin. It crashed. She lost everything. Posted a tearful video about being scammed by another narcissist. Piper commented, maybe date for character instead of wallets? Cassidy deleted the video. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting people face the consequences of who they are. Cassidy wanted to marry money instead of a person. Now she has neither. And honestly, we're both exactly where we deserve to be. P.S. To everyone asking how I knew to test her with the fake prenup, I didn't plan it. When she made that money comment, it just came out. Call it divine inspiration or my subconscious protecting me. Either way, that split-second decision saved me from a lifetime of manipulation. P.P.S. Reggie sent me a birthday card last week. Inside it said, thanks for not becoming my son-in-law. We both knew what he meant. The Tesla repair? Insurance covered it, but they went after Cassidy for the deductible. She had to set up a payment plan. $50 a month for the next 3 years. Every payment is a reminder of what greed costs.